Welcome to the inaugural daytime stream. Alright, let's advertise. Alright, let's. Okay. Um, that being said, let's get started. You're probably wondering why the change in schedule? Well, I mean, first of all, I don't have like an official schedule at all. So that's the first thing. Second thing, I normally work. I have a 40-hour per week job, but I have used paid time off today to extend the Thanksgiving vacation. So not only did I get Thanksgiving and Black Friday off, but I also had this week off. And I'm like, well, I should stream at least once during the week. So here we are. And the other thing is sometimes when I'm streaming at night, everybody else in the house is sleeping. So currently there's nobody in the house, so I could be as loud as I want. My apologies if anybody has joined and this is extra loud. So I have no idea what I'm going to be doing today. There's no plans. I mean, to be fair, I don't even have plans on Sunday streams, but I'm like, let me just give this a try. If nothing else, I'll get to raid somebody different because it's during the day. It's like the middle of a nondescript Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And yeah, so that's it. But my schedule didn't lend for me to stream yesterday. I was thinking it was either going to be today or tomorrow, but tomorrow's Wednesday, and I'm probably going to end up having to cook food and things like that. So there's also a work meeting, and even though I took paid time off tomorrow, I'm going to probably try and make it. I know, I'm so dedicated. Actually, I did log into a work meeting yesterday as well, even though I was also on PTO, but it was to join a team building board game thing. So, and those of you who know me know I like board games. All right. I did feel when I woke up I had something in my throat, so if I have to clear my throat at some point, my apologies. I only prefaced it because I had to clear it right then, so I'm sorry. But anyway, we'll get this out of the way first, just in case anybody who hopped in is a lurker. Hi, my name is Nam. I am also known as Crazy Asian with 3 N's on Twitch. Whoa, hey, Chris M. Yee, welcome in. How's it going? And I like sleight of hand card magic, so I've co-opted a stream, sorry, StreamerSonglist to let people request streams. Sorry, request tricks during my streams. Man, I'm also not a morning person. Also, let me turn on the trick list. I forgot. Hey, the feisty one, welcome in. Let's see. So, Chris, how am I? I am doing great for the most part, I guess, considering. So, I woke up. The first thing I did was get ready to go to a medical lab because I had some overdue physical labs that required taking my blood so that they can run some tests and stuff. It's nothing bad. It's just coming from my like yearly physical that I didn't do like over a month ago. So it was like a little late, but I had the time off. So I was like, let me do the thing I have to do. So, lol, Magician is a 2D side-scrolling action RPG. I mean, look, there is action when I perform magic, right? Number one. And number two, when you view me on screen, it's 2D, right? Yeah. So anyway, long story short, the other magicians have been using the magician like category for a while, and I'm like, man, if people see me just chatting, like they would actually have to inherently know me to actually know that I'm performing magic. And honestly, I don't know how to petition like another category from Twitch because I went and read and it was like, oh yeah, if you need another category on Twitch, blah blah blah, go to this video game library database and try and add it. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I can add not a video game because I want to add like actual Magic. So I figured I'll just use this, and then that way when I pop up in somebody's list on Twitch, then they'll be like, "Magician, is he performing magic?" Because Lord knows nobody is playing this Magician 2D side-scrolling action RPG game. So that's my explanation and my excuse. So anyway, everybody, welcome in. So yeah, the heat map's on if anybody wants to play with it. That one's just behind the chat window. So let me see if I can grab that one. Here we go. There we go. And no one would find you in just chatting, I suppose. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I figured I'd try it out and just see how it goes. Hi, quick, I have a meeting soon. Yeah, no worries, Gibson Lens. Go work. I understand. This is during the work day, so I get it. But thanks for hopping in to say hi. Lol, I clicked the screen to get back to the window. Yeah. So, yeah, I figured I'd start with like just a warm-up trick or two. The trick list is open if anybody wants to request anything. I'm way more discombobulated now than an evening because I am a night person. So, but I was thinking if nothing shows up, we could potentially either like workshop something. Maybe I could show you guys some newer things that I'm working on, or trying to rework existing ones, or maybe just get some boss tricks out of the way. Play it straight triumph. Oh, okay. Well, I've done the, hold on, wait, was that a random one or a real one? Whoa! Jerroke, welcome in, Jerroke. How's it going? Alright, awesome. Cool. Yeah, enjoy the lurk. Let me, actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and just do a handful of shoutouts. So, everybody, follow Chris M. Yee. Variety streamer, but plays video games. I've seen Fall Guys. I've seen Kingdom Hearts recently. I've seen... and he also does a Clip ME show in which some clips from various streamers across Twitch are shown every other Saturday. So check that out. Let's see. And then we have my mod, Gibson Lens. I understand it is during the workday for Gibson Lens, so go work. I mean, I don't tell you how to live your life, but thanks for hopping in. But Pianist actually just had his birthday stream, so we had a lot of fun in there last night. And but plays piano, plays esoteric music, plays a bunch of originals. And if anybody wants to play some of his originals, all of the originals in his song list have MuseScore piano sheet music up, so you can grab that. Let's see. Let's also get a shout out for Jer Roke, also a pianist. And plays a lot of VGM, also is the creator of VG Lead Sheets. And so if you go over there, you'll be able to see him play a lot of video game music, enjoy his relationship with his cats, and maybe eat some Cheez-Its. Let's see here. Hey, Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Shout out Charlie's Beats. Also a magician, also a musician. Man, I'm gonna have to get magician, musician all squared away. Sorry, Charlie's Beats doesn't do magic, but, or at least not that I know of. So, but anyway, give Charlie a follow. Oh yeah, Gibson Lens can do a handstand. So if anybody wants to see Gibson do a handstand, pop into Gibson Lens' stream sometime. I can do the command to pull up the clip that I clipped last night of Gibson Lens doing the handstand. Let's see here. Wouldn't know where to start. Well, Charlie, if you ever seriously wanted to start, you let me know. I can point you in the right direction. But if not, I mean, I don't want to divulge all the secrets on stream because there are people who probably come to view Magic that don't want to know. So... But anyway, yeah, so that's where we're at. Anyway, okay, so now that shoutouts are done, let me, you know what? So I normally do play it straight Triumph with a different deck. Let me do it the classical way with a regular deck of cards and show how it is normally done. And we'll go from there. Because I think I don't do it in the classical way as frequently as I do it in the other crazy way. So we'll do that. But while I'm setting up, how is everybody doing today? Thanks for hopping in. I had no idea who was going to be available, and I knew that hopefully I was going to get like a different demographic, i.e. people who don't normally jump on, because either it's because my Sunday late hour, or like they live in Europe and it's the time zone difference, or like people who are available in the daytime but not in the nighttime. So that's kind of where I'm at. Anyway, so play it straight, Triumph. Okay, we have a deck here. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, we're going to need a card selected, and I'm just going to go ahead and just riffle, and maybe like right here. And to make this fair, 10, 12. Okay, so maybe one of these cards. If anybody wants to, if you're on browser, feel free to click on any one of these to select the card. And okay, oh, we got one. Man, maybe internet during the day is quick as well. That was like almost instant to me. Okay, so let's say you select this card. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to need to split the deck into 4 different piles. They have to be roughly the same size, but they don't have to be exact. And so as we know, if we take one out, it won't be exact anyway, because 52 divided by 4 is equal to 13, but 51 isn't. Anyway. Okay, so those of you who have seen this before know that the next part is going to be visually painful if you like neatness and orderliness. So what we're going to do is shuffle face up into face down cards. So here we go. Let's go. And then we will go ahead and do that again. And one more time. And now we're going to try and find your card. Alright, I think those of you in the chat know that every time I do this part, this is totally a fake. I totally know that I didn't mess anything up, but I like to throw in the joke, hey, we're going to try and find your card now. And it's a fun time to use this as the funny the funny joke of the trick. But if anybody else has any other ideas, I could totally use some for this, because anyway. So at this point, I'm not going to do any more magic. My hand shadow is going to do it. We're going to go ahead and get the deck all set up. And of course, this shadow has saved my butt many times, and so here we are. And we're going to see if the shadow has done enough work to let you figure out what your card is. Because I think it should have. I can also practice my reverse fan. So, okay. So look, if we take a look, we've got an ace of spades. We've got a 2 of spades. Also, Chris M. Yee, the requester of this trick. 3. I'll place this right there just so it doesn't get mixed up. 5, conspicuously. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, Jack, 12, Queen, and 13, King. Any guesses as to what this card is? I'll give people one guess. Four of spades. That is actually correct. I didn't have to do any sort of shenanigans. Well done. That is indeed the 4 of spades. And that, my friends, is how you triumph while playing it straight. Let's see, Chris MU says, that's a wild trick. That there is a wild trick. Actually, do I have it on my trick list? Because if not, I could show it to you guys. I think. Hold on. Wild. Okay. Ooh. Well, for being here, and Chris, considering you have said something about a wild trick, let me see if I can find. Anyway, thank you for the claps, Chris M.E. All right. Let me request a. Oh, glorious! A glorious day stream lurking. Oh yeah, I totally understand. I understand this is during the day, during people's work time. But thank you for hopping in and saying hi. So definitely feel free to lurk, and definitely feel free, even if you're lurking, if you just want to say hi and then bye to lurk. I understand. So thank you very much for hopping in. Let's see. I'm gonna put a magician choice into the queue because this is technically off menu, and I do have to find to see if I have the things to perform it right now. Okay, I have it. Let me see if I remember how to do it. But Chris MU, if you are here, this trick is called wild card, and I'm reminded by it because you said that's a wild trick, or a wild trick has appeared. If you guys are familiar with old school RPGs or Pokemon, one or the other. Okay. Alright, I think I remember how to set it up. So now the important question is, do I know how to handle the trick? Okay, I guess good enough. We're gonna muddle through it together. All right. Okay, I don't know if you're excited, Chris ME. I'm a little excited because here we go. Yep. Well, here's a wild card. Okay, first things first. We have a packet of 9 cards, and you'll notice that they're all like 9s of spades. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, except for this one. This one is not. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have actually 9 cards, and only 8 of them are 9 of spades, and then there's that one rogue Queen of Hearts in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them out like this. And the only reason why I'm doing this here is because I don't have like a great presentation, number one. And number two, it builds tension. It builds tension, okay? Now, what you may not know is that in card games, a joker can be wild. Well, in this one, it actually surmises that the Queen of Hearts is the master card, and all of the 9 of spades are actually wild cards. Now, whether you know this or not, what you can do is sometimes you can go ahead and make sure that the cards actually turn into the Queen of Hearts. I know, right? And look, we can do that with these face down cards too. Because look, if I go ahead and I change this, you'll see that this is also the case. We can even sandwich one of these 9 of spades in between 2 other cards. And look, if I go ahead and show you that, look, the 9 is still there, but look. These are all now Queens of Hearts. And look, we can do a similar thing here. push it through my hand. We're going to go ahead and change these into Queen of Hearts as well. And actually, here we go. You just have to press the cards together, and actually it changes into the Queen of Hearts. Here, we'll leave this one on top. All we have to do is turn it over face down, right? And just leave that there for a second. Take a look. Queen of Hearts. I know, right? Super weird, super weird. Okay, here we go. 2 face down, 1 face up, and Queen of Hearts. And then finally, let's go ahead and, I know, super trippy, right? Here, we'll do that again. Boom, boom, boom. Turn it over. There we are. Queen of Hearts, Queen of Hearts, Queen of Hearts. And there, my friends, is how you turn one wild card into, or sorry, you turn 9 of spades into queens of hearts. There we go. And that was actually called wild card. So, all right. Let's see. Chris M.E. says, "This is so trippy." Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? It's super weird. It's super weird. Panda says, "What?" Chris says, "Please highlight this one for me. This is so good." Okay, yeah. I'll try it because I have like a few streams to go through to highlight a bunch of stuff. So, and I do have the rest of the week off, so I should be able to at least try and go through and see what. I've been trying to be better about it. Like, I didn't have time before, but now I have time off for at least the end of the year, so we'll see. I should be able to. Thank you for the claps, Chris M. Yee and Panda Volta. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that off-menu trick, so that is not currently in the trick list. I am kind of considering putting it in. Obviously, I was able to remember doing it right now, but... okay, maybe that gave me enough confidence that I can add it for next time. That was a good one. I hope you do. All right, awesome. Yeah, and then I can work on... So the one thing that I want to work on for that one is the presentation itself. I was just kind of like talking through changing the cards over, but there's not really like a good story for it. So that's like the only thing that I'd want to improve. But I guess if I forcibly put it on stream. All right, wild card. And let me refer to my magic spreadsheet and find who created it. Pretty sure it is Frank Garcia. Okay, cool. Yeah. Here we go. Card trick. Okay. All right. You know what? If I got nothing out of this stream during the day, it's adding wild card. So I'm going to go ahead and officially count that for my statistics. Actually, add Q, do that, did wildcard. Cool, awesome. Yeah, what a fantastic trick. That's some very slighty sleight of hand. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Okay, so now that that's there, I can put this over there. Let me see. What else can I do? Oh, did I shove the packet over here? Is that what I need to do? Okay. You know, while we're here, shall we see some... hey, it's Rude Boy! How's it going, Rude Boy? Haven't seen you for a bit because I know Hutch is currently on a hiatus, but... shout out Rude Boy. It looks like plays video games because played Warframe, but also musician. So let's see, Rude Boy. I don't know if you know how to use StreamerSonglist, but I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist to allow people to request tricks, and I will do tricks. But currently, I didn't have any plans or know what to do for my first daytime stream ever. So I'm just going to just do whatever. And right now, I'm thinking of doing like different kinds of tricks that I haven't done on stream to see if I want to add them to the trick list. But yeah, good, bro. You have seen me in Hutch's channel though. I mean, not lately, I guess. I mean, since because Hutch. So anybody didn't know, Hutch MD. I'm just gonna give him a shout out right now. Hutch MD, pianist. Feel free to give Hutch a follow. But he takes sight reads from basically anything. And it's only 500 channel points, and I'm like, oh man! So that was like the primary reason why I initially followed him, because it's so hard to find other people to just play literally anything. Which, by the way, I mostly use it to play K-pop. Which, if anybody didn't know, I love K-pop. But yeah, so he is currently trying to get into grad school. He has his master's. I think he's trying to get into a PhD program. So good luck. Yeah, yeah. Panda knows. Hutch does enjoy the painful learns. Enjoy in quotes. So let's see. I'm going to take a swig of my tea while I brainstorm this next trick, because I think he complains. Oh yeah, Rude Boy says he complains about it, but he loves it secretly, which is why I made him the mad emote. Yeah, the Hutch fire stare. That's right. Okay, let's do another. Let's do another choice of mine, and let's see if. Oh, Mark Rides, welcome in. Actually, let's do Mark Rides first, because I'm just fiddling around. If somebody wants to see something, we'll totally just do that. But first of all, welcome in, Mark Rides. How's it going? This is my first daytime stream ever, because if you noticed, this window right here is really bright. It's always dark in basically all of my YouTube videos and every other Twitch stream except today. So, oh hey, and welcome in Chan the Magic Man. How's it going? Shout out. Let's shout out Chan the Magic Man. Is doing magic streams on Mondays. So last night, and I popped in for a little bit, and then I went to another streamer's birthday party in which there was almost 100 person raid, no, over 100 person raid, and so I was like, oh god, because I was modding that. Mike 2600. Well, look who's here in the daytime. Yes, well, first of all, welcome in Mike 2600. Also, another magician, does Sleight nights, which is basically sleight of hand card magic once a month, it appears. Otherwise is a musician, a DJ musician on other streams. But let's, I'm going to go ahead and give Mike 2600 a shout out. Oh, hold on, I accidentally. 2 exclamation points. What a powerful ponytail at that. Oh yes, my hair has finally grown long enough to put into a ponytail. So we're going to do that. But anyway, so first things first, I'm going to prep for hallucination while we're doing this. But yeah, I normally, since 2020, have only been getting 1 haircut per year. And originally it was not really what I had envisioned, because my wife had been telling me to have my hair cut like every couple months. And now I'm like, well, if I had my way, I would just let my hair grow out and maybe just get it cut once in a while. And so this is the product of me not having the hair in my eyes so that I can do stuff. But yeah, it doesn't, A, it doesn't bother me. And B, I don't have any shame for anybody who, I guess, knows me. Like, I tried to do away with embarrassment a very long time ago. That's kind of served me well for a lot of purposes. But anyway. So, we have a trick as requested by Mark Rides. Actually, wait, I can tweak this for a second. Allow me to tweak this setup. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be performing hallucination, and Oh, I just want to check really quick. Is this one of my boss tricks? It's been a boss trick before. No, okay, this is not currently one of the boss tricks. All right. Here we go. Hallucination. We are going to be using the four kings. Allow me to introduce them to you. This is the King of Hearts, the King of Clubs, the King of Diamonds, and of course, the King of Spades. Now, what we're going to do with these kings is I'm going to go ahead and say there's some weird shenanigans that a magician can do with a pack of four cards. Because if I show you, look, if I go ahead and I hit turn one face up and I turn a second one face up, there's two face up, two face down. If I close this up like this and turn it over, you would expect there to be two cards face up, two cards face down. But look, if I go ahead and snap, hey, welcome in, Neko Ninja. How's it going? Welcome in. But if I go ahead and I count through these cards now, you'll see that all four cards are actually face down. I know, super weird. But look, allow me to go ahead and do that again. I'm going to break one of the rules of magic. You don't normally do the same trick twice. Two cards face up, two cards face down. If I go ahead and I turn them face down, you would expect there to be two cards face up, two cards face down. But look, if I snap, all it takes, all the cards are now face down. Now, normally when you do a four-card packet, you would want to do something that actually uses aces, because a lot of magicians like to do that. But today we're going to do this with a little bit of a twist, because Mark Rides actually requested this. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a twist, and actually one of those kings is going to turn face up and into a 7. And actually that 7 actually says Mark Rides on it, which has been signed by Mark Rides, the requester of this trick. Now I'm going to go ahead and give it another twist. And that's going to turn another one. Oh yeah, we got some 7s in the chat. So Chris M.U. says 7. Charlie's Beat says 7. And so here we have a second 7. And I'm going to go ahead and just give it 2 more twists. And actually that should be all of the other cards. Because if I show you, look, we've got a 7 here, a 7 here, a 7 here, and another 7 here. And those are all 4 7s. I know. And we have a raid from Skittles O'Henry. All right, there we go. That, my friend, is Hallucination, starring Mark Rides, the requester of this trick. All right, let's first of all jump up here. I did see, first of all, thank you for the raid, Skittles O'Henry. Let's go ahead and give Skittles O'Henry a shout out. Plays a variety of different games, so they were last seen playing Fallout 3. I've hopped in a couple of times, but yeah, because there's some circles of just gamers that I'm just hanging out with sometimes, and it's like, oh hey, you should go follow this person, you should go follow that person. So, but Skittles O'Henry, I was hanging out last time when Skittles was playing Inscription. So, all right, and then also I did see Neko Ninja hop in, so. Let's give a shout out to Neko Ninja. Welcome in, Neko Ninja. And then let's see, Neko Ninja plays piano and is also part of the Expanse Club for Gibson Lenses or Bert Chang's, keeping track of all the streamer friends that play Expanse. And then let's see, thank you for the raid, Skittles O'Henry. So welcome in. Let's see here. Oh, I should probably catch up on chat before doing shoutouts. Let's see here. Let's see. Weren't all 7 signed? If it would be cooler if we can get all 4 signers in chat. Let's see. Yeah, all the 7s are signed. But I've seen only 2 of you guys regularly, and one of them I know is part of the rest of the Magic community, and then another one I haven't seen in forever. So. Yeah. Let's see, Skittles. Oh shucks, happy to have you. Oh geez, Inscription. Oh yeah. FYI, if anybody likes like games that have some meta stuff in it, Inscription is a great strategy card game, roguelike, that has some like plot twists. I don't want to give away any more, but complete recommend if any of those sound super interesting to you. Yeah, that was that was a hell of a thing. Yes, for sure. But that was awesome. Thanks. Yeah, well, thanks for the request, Mark. Definitely appreciate you coming in, requesting, and all those gift subs that you gave me that one time. Oh my god. That's, I think, still the record of number of gift subs all at once. So thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Neko Ninja. Oh, that's not necessary. Thank you. Well, that's okay. I'm broadcasting. I can shout out whoever I want, right? So I like that Rob claimed a 7. Hello. Yeah, Rob. Hello. Thanks for the hello, rude boy. Oh, FYI, anybody who was in on Sunday stream, after the suggestions for one particular new sound alert, I have added that. I've actually put it at the 69 because when I do that trick, I often use the 6s and 9s, so it made more sense there. I shoved Gobble Gobble to be 99, so I'll give you a free ding. There you go. So now we do the elevator tricks. People can use ding as a sound alert, and it will work. Let's see. Who's the other Jack? Or how? Oh, yeah. So the 4 Jacks. Thanks for the gobble gobble, Charlie's Beats. So we've got, Mark Rides has got the 7 of spades. I guess in this case I'm talking to you. Rob Kovacs has got the 7 of hearts. We've had Axeman Rock, 7 of clubs. I have seen Axeman, I think, in some other magician streams. And then Scalesers is on the 7 of diamonds. Haven't seen Scalesers too often. So Scalesers, if you're here, please let me know. Okay, and then let's see. That was a hell of it. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, awesome. And for anybody who hasn't been in a while, let's see. I've fleshed out my collection of different types of cards that you can see me perform magic with. Most of them are in blue. I need to fix the color of the clear plastic cards at 1000. But basically any of the tricks that I have that say impromptu, that have that tag in my trick list, I should be able to do with another deck of cards. So if you want to redeem those, that's fine. So Super Size Me is a bigger deck. Tarot cards is doing magic with a tarot deck. Uno cards, self-explanatory. Plastic cards is just opaque plastic cards. Clear plastic cards is clear plastic cards. And then Magic the Gathering, I try and do magic with sleight of hand with Magic the Gathering cards. So that's that. And then I added a 2001. Some people have said, man, you have a radio voice. Well, I will read you a sentence of your choosing, an appropriate sentence of your choosing for 2,000 channel points in as epic a voice as I can. So there we go. Okay, so the magic trick that I would like to try and perform at this point, I think, I just put Magician's Choice because it's not currently on the list. We're kind of going through some tricks to see if I want to add them to my daily, or not my daily, my weekly. And let me see if this will work. I added that one already. Nope. Yeah, actually, wait. Is this the deck? This is the deck, right? Okay. Do I have a prop box? Oh, I don't have a prop box currently. Okay, let me see if I remember how to do this. Alright, if I mess this up, obviously I'm not adding it to the list, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, alright, okay. Chris M. Yee has redeemed the voice, so the epic voice. Alright. Alright. I will slightly tweak it. Just pretend that crazy is spelled K-R-A-Z-E-E. That's all. Okay, here we go, performing the epic voice for Chris M. Yee. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. Hopefully that was epic enough. Mark Ride says, I wouldn't want to face you in a TCG. Or maybe should I try that quote, Chris, in like a phantom voice, like, hey, I just met you, and this crazy, But here's my number, so call me maybe. I don't know, I'm just being silly here. You would probably annihilate anyone in MTG or any other TCG. I'd like to think I was a card game enthusiast, so I played a lot of them. I don't think I can annihilate anybody in any of them. But if you're just a casual player, and I've spent a little bit of time in that card game, I have a bunch of cards and I can make a bunch of decks, and I'd like to think I deck build pretty well. So that's kind of like my thought process on that, Mark. Thank you for the claps, Panda Volta and Neko Ninja. You've given this some thought. I mean, I don't know. My usual joke for the hey, you've got a radio voice is 1.9 APR financing, $3,000 cash back. You know, that kind of thing. All right, here we go. So, this is just a trial trick. I'm not going to tell you the name of it because it will probably give away the plot. But we have a deck here, and actually, but add magic cards in that involve coin flips or dice. Oh, yeah, I don't do coins or dice magic, so. It doesn't matter what card. Let's just grab a card and select it. So, if anybody wants to click in the browser, I have heat map enabled. We'll just grab one of these cards here. Doesn't really matter which one it is. Okay, this one? Alright, cool. That's the one. It has also just occurred to me that I have slightly messed up this trick. So what I'm going to do is allow me to just quickly, off camera, the deck and just double check something, because otherwise this will not be great. Okay. Alright, much better. Okay, so here we've selected the Ace of Clubs. We could have selected any card, and that's perfectly fine. And actually, you know what? I could use another card. Let's go ahead and find another card to select. Actually, here's, wait, so that one was around here, right? So here's the other card that's selected. We'll say that's the 6. Okay, there we go. Alright, and then we will need a, so let me clear the heat map. Okay, and then let's see. Why don't we need one more card besides this. Let me just go ahead and grab this, and we'll just use the card that's above it. I'm just going to riffle. Okay, so the card that is above this one is that. Okay, so here we have a handful of cards here. And what I need to do is I'm just going to go ahead and place these. So I'm going to place the ace there. I'm going to go ahead and place the 6 here. Go ahead and place the 3 there and the 7 here. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place, let me see here, this card into the deck like so. Is that right? Hold on. Can you guys see that? Okay. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and place that right here. Actually, I think I need to leave it sticking out for a second. Let me just go ahead and leave that sticking out. Okay. If I had to ask you guys what color the backs of these cards are, what would you say? Red. Well, Mark Rides, you're going against normal intuition. No, they're currently blue. It's not until I place them into this magical chamber. Yeah, Chris M.E. is currently. But Mark Rides knows where this trick is going. I'm going to go ahead and place these cards into this magical chamber. Okay, I can't fully close it, but this chamber is now changing all of the cards to become red. Because if I show you, look. I know, super weird, right? But look, if I go ahead and just push this card in, and I've placed the rest of the deck into this chamber, all these cards should also become red. I know, super weird, right? Super weird. But actually, we did have one card that was still blue, and that's this 7 of diamonds. But actually, because I had placed it in the box as well, and we'll just doubly put it in the box just to make sure, it also becomes... Nope, that's not it. Well, guys, obviously that's not as successful as I would like it to be. So I'm going to have to practice that before putting that into the trick list. Got to get me one of those chambers. Yeah, Mike. You should totally do that. Boss. Oh, man. Oh, man. Putting the pressure on me. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to actually put that as an unofficial boss because it's not in the trick, but yeah. So here. Boss trick. All right. I guess that is a new way to get things onto the stream too. I was so close. I was this close, I think. I just had to do one thing. And I think my setup messed it up too. So it's all right. It's all right. Almost there. Almost there. And Keg, you put the card to change in the chamber twice, so it became red, then blue back. All good. Oh, you're right. I could have just told you that the chamber changes the color between the two colors. Good call. Good call. Totally agree. Totally agree. That is definitely a good way to manage that. All right. Let's grab a fun little visual thing. Okay, so these I'm not really doing tricks with in this respect as far as normal tricks, but it's kind of a cool visual thing if anybody wants to see. I'll try and just do it right now. It'll only be up here. Okay, so here's a 4. I'm just gonna twist it. Did you guys see me twist that? Did you see me twist that? Is that weird or what? I could hand this out to you for inspection if you would like. What? I know. It's super strange because, look, I could also try and do it here with a queen as well. Here, here's a queen of hearts, right? Look, I'm just going to go ahead and... Isn't that so cool? That's so cool, right? Just twisted the card. Isn't that awesome? Okay, let me just straighten these cards for a second. Okay, so I have this trick. I have this card. I'm just holding both the 4 and the queen together, right? And let me just go ahead and twist it here. Like, there we go. There we go. Lol, what? So now we have these together. So now the 4 and the queens are twisted together. All right. So let's see here. Mark Rides asked, "Does that trick work in person?" So, long story short, this the thing that I'm doing to achieve the visual change between the two straight cards and flat cards is a trick that you can do in person, but your viewing angles is literally just like the person directly in front of you. So people like next to them, you can't really do it. So for all practical and intents and purposes, I don't do this outside. And then like with these, obviously this is like a special prop. I had to painstakingly instill magic to twist these cards in paper and then flatten it out. Like that's right. So you don't want these to get damaged in any way or whatever. So so yeah, that's just a quick little visual thing that we could do with some fun cards. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know, super weird, right? Super weird. Oh, it looks like we have a request from Cowboy. Hey, welcome in, Cowboy. Cowboy. Man, I said Cowboy. My apologies, Cowboy. Let's see. Oil and water. All right, let me set up for that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Thank you for the claps. Chris M. Yee, Panda Volta, Neko Ninja. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, so we have the classic version of oil and water. And we're going to be... Nice. Okay, oil and water don't mix. Water sits on top of oil. No, oil typically sits on top of water because the surface tension of water will hold the lighter oil on top of it. But anyway, my pattern is a lot more, I guess, naive in that I don't really specify which one is oil and water. I just generically say, hey, they are each, one is oil, one is water, and what happens when you mix oil and water, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So we have 4 black spot cards here, and I chose black spot cards and red face cards because you're probably not going to mix up red face cards with black spot cards, right? So now, first things first, let's turn these face down. And what we want to do is we want to do something interesting with these. We are going to go ahead and interweave these cards here and mix them up. But these are like oil and water. So look, what if I go ahead and place black and red, right? Let's do that again. Black and red. Black, red, black, and red. Now let's say that we give them a second because the oil and water, when you mix them in real life, it does take a second for them to separate, right? But if I show you right now, let's just take a quick peek at the bottom card. It's a black card. So all of the black cards are sinking to the bottom. And the top card is a red card. So all of the red cards are floating up to the top. Whether you believe it or not, all of the red cards have actually floated back up to the top. And all of the black cards are actually sunken to the bottom. Unimpressed? I know. Okay, you're right. Let me do that again. Okay, here. I'm going to go ahead and place the red face cards face down over here. I'm going to take the 4 black spot cards, and what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do that again. Now I think the mistake that we did last time was we actually started with a black card. What if we start with a red card this time? So red, black, red, black. All right, we'll speed this up. Red, black, red, black. Let's give it a second. And would you believe it, they've separated through no extra mechanical movement, not even related to my hand, just slowly sliding some cards over. Shh, 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 shh. Hush, hush, shh. All right, so let's see. Panda says sus. But would you believe that that was the amount of time that all it took for them to separate? Now, last time we'd started with black, but this time we started with red. So this one intuitively should be a red one, right? But if we remember from the last experiment, black sunk down to the bottom. So look, this one is black. This one, red, floated up to the top. So we did the same thing. So the top, the bottom, right? So here, if we show you another one, this one is black. This one is red. This one is black. This one is red. This one is black. And of course, this one is red. And that, my friends, is my handling of the classic oil and water trick. Chan the Magic Man, thank you for the claps. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the claps, Panda. Chan, do you know how to do a version of oil and water? And I don't know if Mike 2600 is still there. I think I've seen you do an oil and water, Mike, right? I'm pretty sure you've done one. Callboy, thank you for the claps. Thank you for the request as well. Callboy, do you perform oil and water? I'm like Guy Hollingworth version, so I made up my own, so that's okay. Oh, okay, awesome. That's pretty cool. Hey, welcome in Infozar. Infozar, one of the other Twitch magicians. A lot of the ones that we refer to as the first, the first half of Magic Twitch. Let's see. Chan the Magic Man says, "I used to know. I kind of forgot." Oh, okay. Yeah, it's one of those things that you gotta. Yo, Infozar. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna give a shout out to Infozar, InfoXR. If you guys enjoy Magic, please give InfoXR a follow because that stream I think helped the rest of us streaming on Twitch like A, get together, B, like understand what's possible with the stream. Like for example, if I didn't go to Infozar stream, I wouldn't know that heat map was a thing and that I could use it to interact with. So that's pretty cool. But he does a variety of different types of magic, not just. So I basically only do sleight of hand card magic here. But if you want to see all sorts of different kinds of magic, please give Jack a follow. Let's see. Is info on later in 6 hours? Yeah, I should be on at 8 p.m. East. Yeah. So yeah, Jack's actually going to be on later tonight. So at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Actually, oh Jack, I even made this command for you, so we can give you that one too. Let's see here. All right. Well, if you guys are here, feel free. The trick list is open. I've been using this time also to go through some of my other tricks to see if we want to add them. Because I have this box right here, and it's basically labeled packets and prepped. So it's basically a bunch of other tricks or other cards or other things that I can use to do things with. So here's one that I almost consider like an original. I basically tacked together like 4 different tricks that already exist. And you know what? I haven't practiced it in a while. So let me see if I first of all remember how the heck to do it. And if we want to do that next, I could potentially make it an original at some point. Okay, so I do this. Man, this is finicky. I don't know if I like this. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Yeah, by the way, if anybody wants to check out the trick list, !TL. Otherwise, you can type in !random to put a trick into the list. Otherwise, if you are patient and you want to see my potentially original trick, which I'll give you a quick what it's called. It's called Fantastic Four Marvel style, and that is basically what I'm calling an original trick. So I'm just kind of running through it once right now to see how it goes. Where's my phone? Right there? Okay, perfect. Okay, alright. I think I know enough of what's going on to hopefully... It's kind of a long trick, too. So wish me luck, everybody. Will it involve fire, invisibility, rocks, and some twisting cards? Very stylish tale today. Oh, Tangy Cat, welcome in. Hello. Yes, thank you. I said earlier that my hair is getting long enough that I could put it in a ponytail, and I've only been getting one haircut per year since 2020, so I'm at that point right now. Okay, all right. So I could maybe say this is my my stream premiere of Fantastic Four. Oh, actually, let me put it in here. So I came up with this myself. I cobbled together like 3 or 4 other tricks, and then added a little tidbit of my own because something, as far as I could tell, couldn't exist. It didn't exist yet. But there's other tricks where it's like the Fantastic Four or the Fantabulous Four or the Fabulous Four, and it's using like 4 of the same cards, and they don't do anything different. And I was super disappointed. So I'm like, let me create this trick so that it's like Fantastic Four, but, you know, for me to do. All right. So here we are. I have a packet of cards. First of all, let's pretend that this is a spaceship coming from Earth, and this spaceship is going to hit an anomaly. Well, what you didn't know was that on the spaceship are 4 people, and you may know them as Reed Richards, Susan Storm, Ben Grimm, and Johnny Storm. And they all happen to get hit by this anomaly, and that's how they get all of their powers. So each one of these cards is going to represent one of those people. So in this case, we have the 2 of clubs. Now the 2 of clubs, this is Reed Richards, and he ends up getting the power of extreme stretchiness. So what we can do is we can start to stretch him. So if I just go ahead and I just pull his head, and we pull his feet, you can kind of see that he's being stretched. And this is Mr. Fantastic. And so this is the power that he gets, right? And so once he gets used to stretching, he can pull himself out. Now, anybody who's into card magic, this is from the elongated lady, but you can kind of see that, yeah, he can be solid for a little bit, but he can't hold that shape too long. So what ends up happening is he has to snap back into shape. And so this is, my friends, Reed Richards and Mr. Fantastic's power of being able to stretch. Okay, next we have Sue Storm, which is going to be represented by the Queen of Hearts. Now, Susan Storm, she is a finicky lady because she can turn herself invisible anytime she wants. And so if she just wants to become invisible, what's going to happen is she just becomes invisible whenever she wants. And so you can kind of see that she has turned invisible. And then sometimes we can't change her back because she has a mind of her own. So like, as you can see, I'm trying to change her back right now, but that's not quite working the way that we would like. So it's not until that she wants to turn back and becomes visible, then that's when Susan Storm shows herself again. Now we've got Ben Grimm, the Thing, and he is basically as hard as rock. He also visually looks like rock. But if we, this one was the most difficult, and this one is probably the thing that I can actually show as like my actual original, because as far as I can tell, there's nothing been like it. But let me just show you that if we just take any old Joe Schmo off the street, and we try and put like a phone on it, right? My phone's kind of heavy. It's kind of hefty, right? There's no way that this card can hold it. But if I show you that Ben Grimm, the Thing, is hard as a rock, is super solid, can hold on to my phone, no problem. That, my friends, is the strength of Ben Grimm. Finally, we have Johnny Storm, and he is also known as the Human Torch. Now, when he first got his powers, he was just a normal guy. But once he got the powers and he turned fiery, he would say, "Flame on," and what would happen is he would turn completely red. And so that is how Johnny Storm works. But you know how sometimes in the movies, he once he goes out, like he's done with the flame, if we go ahead and blow, if we just go ahead and blow on him, believe it or not, you'll be able to see the smoke emanating from his body. The smoke is actually he's extinguished himself, right? So, and so that, my friend, is Johnny Storm. And so finally we have this eclectic collection of people, and they ended up becoming the Fantastic Four. And that, my friends, is my handling and performance of a trick that I cobbled together called Fantastic Four. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And that is the Twitch premiere of this trick. So there you go. Whew, okay, let's go ahead and read some of chat. I did see, okay, let's see. Will it involve fire, invisibility, rocks, and some twisting cards? Kind of, but not really, but a little bit. Let's see. Soon it'll be like a samurai top knot. Oh yeah, we'll get there. Just give it another couple months. Human Torch Thing, Mrs. Fantastic, and Mr. Fantastic fire, rocks, invisibility, and twisting. Yeah. Oh, Mike 2600 says, ha 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 ha. Man, hopefully you like that, Mike 2600. Coming from, I think you might know how those are done. Like, it probably makes sense. Chris ME says, excuse me? Schnagel says, hee hee. Gibson Land, welcome in, Schnagel. Oh yeah, welcome in, Schnagel. First time chat, so hopefully you enjoy yourself. Hey, let's see, so cool. He's hot. Is the fifth Silver Surfer or Dr. Doom? Man, I don't know where I would take this trick, but as like a follow-up trick, I think naturally Dr. Doom should come first. Because Silver Surfer doesn't just show up, right? The Fantastic Four need assistance from Silver Surfer, and then that's why Silver Surfer then comes, right? Anyway, thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, Tangy Cat, Schnagel, Infozar, Chris M. Yee. Mike says, that was a fun one. Thank you for the claps. Chan the Magic Man. It was the Sue Storm invisible card that elicited that reaction. Yeah, right? Yeah, you see a card, and then you see it turn invisible. Like, that's just the idea, right? That's glad to finally make it for a bit. We'll be in and out between meetings. Oh, yeah, I totally understand. If anybody needs to lurk, I understand that it is a work day. I have had the benefit of being able to just take the day off from work, so that's why I'm able to do this today. And I was like, oh, I totally wanted to stream at some point this week, but I don't know if I could do it any other day. So I'm like, well, it's got to be Tuesday, or else maybe back up Friday. Or not Friday, Wednesday. Yeah, Silver Surfer is Galactus's herald at first. Okay, yeah. And checking the gaff meter. Thank you. First of all, welcome in, and then thank you for the claps and Doritos.
Hello.
Hey, hello. So yeah, that is my construction of Fantastic Four, Marvel style. Yeah, so the Mr. Fantastic, that is an existing trick that I adapted from another magician. But the original trick is called Elongated Lady. So if anybody who is a magician in chat wants to look that one up, that is the one. The Invisible Woman, I mean, that's just a sleight, but I'm just using the clear card, obviously, to achieve the invisibleness. I constructed the thing card by myself. That was probably the most original thing. And then I just had the idea for the Johnny Storm doing it that way. That's it. So the tough thing about this is I have to stack all the cards back exactly the way they have to go, because I only practiced it one way. So, and this is the way. This is the way. All right, there we go. Okay, now I'm set up again to do it again. But yeah, here's the stack of cards. Boom. It's pretty thick. Thick with 2 C's. Woo! Okay. All right, Mando. Oh yeah. I gotta calm down. This is the way. The Human Torch gave me Jack vibes. Info loves fire. Oh yeah, I totally know. I've watched a bunch of Jack on stream. I also love it when he like just randomly opens his wallet and then like a business card is just on fire. But he does that like all the time. If anybody wants to see fire in Magic, Jack is your man. Follow info XSR. Let's see. Trick queue is open if anybody wants to do that. Otherwise, I can keep on doing what I'm doing, which is just randomly going through a bunch of Magic stuff. Just seeing how those go. I think that's been pretty successful, generally. Oh man, there's some tricks in here that I don't remember how to do. I probably need to update my mental stuff. Wait, that's not magic. Ha ha ha. No, no, it is not. But it is the only thing. All right, Rubik's Cube break. Here we are. We're taking a break to do a Rubik's Cube. So we'll do it anyway. But yeah, so this is not magic, and I know there is magic around solving Rubik's Cubes. I don't do that. I just solve one. And honestly, I haven't solved one since literally the last time I did it on stream. So actually, wait, we can actually see when the last time it was. Right. This was 3 weeks ago, so I haven't tried to solve one in 3 weeks. Okay. Fire obscures mediocrity. No, that's not true. That's not true. I think the fact that you are willing and able to stream and have your magic recorded, that requires a bunch of bravery in and of itself. And honestly, like, just seeing some of the stuff that you do, you know, whether I know how to do it or not, will give me ideas and inspire me on like potentially how to do something differently, you know? And it's just like the presentations matter a lot more once you know how to do like a bunch of the tricks. Wait, can you do that trick with the cube and the cards of different Rubik Cubes patterns? Infozar can do that. I don't have any Rubik's Cube cards. That might be like kind of up my... Oh yeah, I'm going to try to solve it now, by the way. If that was not clear, I'm beginning the solve. Yeah, I'm not going to explain it this time. I'm just going to do it. Mostly because I'm just not in the mood to explain how to do a Rubik's Cube. I'm a night person. I am way more energetic at night. I did get enough sleep last night, so I should be fine, but I think if I was a mystical being, I might be a vampire. That's probably accurate. blue, red, boom, 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 do this, do that, orange, blue, do this, do that, and then one, oh, it just happens to be the reverse. So actually, wait, is there an easier way to do this? Oh yeah, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, top two layers have been solved. Bottom layer, okay. Nope, messed that up. What did I do? Oh no, hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, back to this position. This is embarrassing, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, plus sign. All right, here we go. We're making progress now. I was stuck on that for a second. Okay, mostly solved. I just have to rotate some things. Okay, done. Ta-da! Okay. Oh, that's a Hallowthorn thing. Okay. All right. Checking the gaff meter. If you close your eyes and roll the cube on mat, then pick up and resume scramble, does it matter? I mean, not really for me, I think, because... So I learned how to solve the cube in one way, the beginner's method, so I always pick it up, and then I have to look at it, and then I'm finding certain colors and patterns on the bottom. So, yeah. Tangy Cat says, WTF! And Schneegel says, I have never grokked the cube solution, so you're still way impressive to me. Oh, well, thank you kindly for the impressiveness. But yeah, so if you ever get into this, they have instructions for you to follow, and like, so you can there's instructions to solve the top. Usually you solve the top, you do the plus sign first, and you don't solve the top until not just the white plus signs here, but all the colors on the sides also match, because the centers of the 3x3 patterns in each side don't move in relation to each other. So once you get this correct with these colors correct, then you do the corners, which has to match all three colors. Then that is correct. So then you've gotten the top layer. The top layer is basically this top third of the cube. Then the middle layer is you get all of, then the middle layer you get all of these correct. And then the bottom, I look for the bottom color pattern. So on the bottom there could be like one dot here, and then that's the only thing that matches, or like a little L here, or like something here. And based on the pattern that I see on the bottom, I have to remember algorithms, because at that point you can logic, I think, probably the first two layers, so it could become intuitive. But then the bottom layer is really not intuitive, in my personal opinion. So let's see. Have you ever dabbled into coin work? Callboy, I have tried to do a little bit of coin stuff, and I only know basically like two things that I can do with a coin. Only one of which is on my list because it also uses cards, but it's Coin Matrix. If you would like to request it, feel free. The other one is just, well, actually, I could probably just show you guys. But otherwise, yeah, for anybody who's super interested, if you want to do coin magic very well, you're going to be using muscles in your hand that you never knew your hand had as muscles. So, and I decided to just abandon that at that point. Nice. I thought it was something like that, but I haven't really looked into it. Yeah. So I think a lot of people are intimidated by the Rubik's Cube just by, when you hear the stats of the sheer number of combinations, because it's like 4 quadrillion different possible, permutations or something. But once you actually just break it down into a lot easier things, it's not that crazy. You could probably learn how to solve one using just like a guide to follow with, and you can probably do it in less than an hour your first time, and then it just gets much faster after that once you get used to turning the cube and seeing the patterns and stuff. I had forever unsolved cube at my parents' house as a kid and no instructions. Yeah. Hello, welcome in, Supernatural Writer. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yes, everything's going well. I have the day off from work, and thus I am able to do a daytime stream for the first time ever. So yeah, yeah, enjoy the lurk, Supernatural Writer. Okay, let's go ahead and do a coin thing. This one is not on my list. Oh, let me also perform this. Boop. Okay. Okay, so look, we have a coin here, and if I was to grab this coin, the coin would actually be here, right? Because it is. So, now here's the thing. If I go ahead and I grab the coin, and I take this marker, and I tap my hand, it's actually going to make the coin disappear. And a lot of people are now wondering where it is, but actually, it's no surprise. If I actually open up the top, it's actually here in the cap. If you didn't notice, that's where the coin was. When I tapped it, it went into the cap. And that is basically one of the things that I know with a coin. So for magicians to talk about this is basically just a simple demonstration of a coin vanish and a coin reproduction. So if anybody wants to get into like talking about magic or the terminology of magic, when you make something disappear, it's a vanish. So if I were to do something like this, 1, 2, 3, the marker has disappeared. That was a vanish, and now I'm going to make it reappear. That is a reproduction. And then the other coin thing I can do is the coin matrix. Why don't I go ahead and just request that, and let's go from there. Coin matrix. But other than that, I don't really do coin magic. I like coins. I'm a numismatist. If anybody likes vocabulary, I'm a numismatist, i.e., I like to collect coins. I'm not super into it, but I have a coin collection, and there's some coins in there. So, okay, so here we go. The basic coin matrix. So we have 4 quarters. If you were here, you can inspect them. They are really 4 quarters. I can use these 4 borrowed quarters. I could use any 4 cards. These are just the cards that we were using earlier. Normal cards. Nothing up my sleeve. My sleeve's really, really short. But first things first, I'm going to go ahead and cover each quarter with a card, because that's how this trick works. We hide things to hide the transporter mechanism, because that is too advanced technology. So if anybody's into Star Trek, we hide the transporter mechanism. Alright, see, look, I'm going to make this coin jump up here. Watch. That was fast, right? Here we go. We'll make this one jump up there. Look. Here we go. Last one. And that, my friends, is the basic coin matrix. And that was basically my entire repertoire of coin tricks. So there you go. You guys got to see that. Thank you kindly for the emotes and claps. Charlie's Beats, Chris MB. Charlie's Beats got the Star Trek, Izzy Star Trek, Izzy Paradox. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. What am I doing? All right. Trick queue is open. If anybody wants to request anything, feel free. I do know that there's some magicians in chat, so if anybody who's a magician wants to see my handling of something that's on my trick list, let me know. I'm going to be adding, let me see here. And if not, let me check a thing. I had a very poorly executed Apex Aces last time. We could encounter a boss trick if people would like to watch me do a boss trick. I literally messed this up on Sunday. Let's see, what else? Is there another one? There was another one on Sunday. Okay. Okay, and then I kind of redeemed myself, but then I made it a boss trick again. So let's go ahead and do that one. All right. Okay, we're going to do shaking the aces, and this was a boss trick. Here we go. We're going to encounter a boss. Boom! So anybody who's here, thank you for being here. You're part of the party in which we're now going to try and beat the boss. Okay, so this is going to use the aces. So the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. Now, what we're going to do here is, if I was to go ahead and turn these over and stick the ace of spades face up in this packet, you'll totally be able to still see that the ace of spades is there. But now, if I go ahead and just shake the packet, that's all that is required to turn an ace face up or face down. In this case, it's going to turn it face down. I can even shake it in different manners. So if I shake it like this, that's also going to turn one of the aces, in this case, face up, the ace of hearts. Now I'm going to go ahead and give it a shake again, and look, we're going to go ahead and turn up the ace of clubs. Now, I can also shake the aces while the card is face up, because look, if I show you, I'm just going to change it into the ace of diamonds. I know, super strange, right? Now, what we can do is, I'm just going to go ahead and show you that all of these cards are face down, like so. But I just want to show you how magicians can turn aces over really fast. And not this one, because I'm just going to turn this one face up. Watch this next one right here, because all I have to do is actually 1, 2, 3, and that's how quickly we can turn aces over. But not just that one. If you didn't notice, all of the aces are actually turned face up. So there we go. All of the aces are now face up. And that, my friends, is a satisfactory performance of shaking the aces. And I'll say we beat the boss on that one. So thank you for anybody who's in the party. Infozar, thank you for the claps. You were in the party when we beat that boss. Excellent, thank you kindly. And then that will actually lead into, thank you for the claps, Panda, to my next boss trick, because A, I just want to hit him up, and B, it happens to naturally flow because the 4 aces are already separated. I think it's the only trick that has the word apex. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, alright, here we go. And I'll just try and do this standard. I tried to do some shenanigans by retheming this as Cowboy Bebop, and these are bounty hunters, and so we're just going to dispense with that this time, because I think that may have helped mess me up. We're going to use the 4 aces as our helpers, and then we need 3 cards selected. It doesn't matter that I know what they are, so if anybody wants to select, I'll turn on the heat map, and if anybody's on browser and you just want to click on something, click on a card. Oh, let me respread. Okay, feel free. Neko Ninja says, thanks for the stream today. Got to head out here pretty quick. Yeah, no problem. Well, thanks for stopping in, Neko Ninja. Have a glorious day. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself and you saw some interesting tricks. All right, we got 3. We've got, let's go, 9 of clubs, 5 of hearts, and I think that's the Not that one. Oh, hold on. Okay, five. Okay, 5 of hearts, 9 of clubs, and we need a third one actually. So 5 of hearts. Let's choose this one and this one, and then one of the 9 of clubs move over to something else. Oh, same. Thanks. All right. Bye, Tangy Cat. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks for being here. And then the other one, we'll go with this one. That looks to be the 6 of clubs. So we'll go ahead and use these 3 as our selections. And so just so that we can remember them, let's go 5 hearts, 9 clubs, and 6 clubs. All right, we got them. They are documented. Happy time zone, everyone. Happy time zone, Neko Ninja. Okay, let me. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the heat map there. Okay, we are going to be making these cards. We're going to put them into the middle of the deck here. So, okay, that's one. We'll put them preferably in different places. So this one's maybe higher up, and then this one we're going to place further down in the bottom. Okay. All right, so we've placed all of those cards in there. We'll even give it a nice little shuffle, like so. Just one clean shuffle. Nothing else. No fancy cuts, not too many movements. But now we're going to be introducing you to our aces. These aces are really good at finding their mark, and there's 3 marks in the deck right now. And as you can guess, they are 5 of hearts, 9 of clubs, 6 of clubs. And they are going to go ahead and start going hunting for their cards. So let's go ahead and send the ace of hearts into the deck, because now if I show you, the ace of hearts is not to be seen, and we'll do that with the ace of clubs as well. And actually, if I show you, the ace of clubs also can no longer be seen. Ace of diamonds, go ahead and place that in there. And this is also now not to be seen. Ace of spades. Let's go ahead and make the ace of spades hop to chop chop to do its work and find these marked not as in physically marked, but like marked as in they have a mark on them. They're wanted. They're wanted cards, okay? I didn't think this part through. Wanted posters, cowboys, bounty hunters, whatever. But now if I show you, they weren't just slacking. They didn't just disappear off the job. Throughout the entire world, if I go ahead and spread, you'll see that there are 4 aces face up in the deck, and actually not directly next to each other. If I just eliminate every other card around it, there happens to be 3 cards in between each one of the aces. And if I go ahead and I just slowly take each one of those out, we'll see that each one of these cards is indeed the 6 of clubs, the 9 of clubs, and the 5 of hearts. And that, my friends, is Apex Aces. Boom! Alright. Gonna beat that boss. I would call that successful, and then I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you kindly for the emote and the claps. Chris M. Yee, Panda Volta, Infozar. Thank you kindly. And so I think that takes care of all the boss tricks from last time. I have a new one from today, but I can't do it today because I think that ruins the whole boss trick thing. But then also, if I don't actually do it successfully, it'll give me time to rehearse to do the trick properly next time. So yeah, awesome. Thank you kindly. All right. Trick list is open. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. At the moment, I'm just going to update the boss trick count in my song list to reflect accuracy. But yeah, let's see. Man, we did a lot of cool, interesting things today. Jack, if you're currently there, I'm just curious. Have you done any magic with non-paper cards? Because I think last stream I pulled these out, but I know you probably weren't there because of the late Sunday night. But I found these plastic cards of mine here. Have you performed magic with any plastic cards before? They're kind of like nicer artisan, like they're meant to be, like they're matte, so they're meant to be used for performance, and they don't like stick like flat plastic. But I was just a little bit curious if, yeah. I think I did plastic cards a long time ago. Still have them. Yeah. Yeah, it is much more difficult, I think, to perform sleight of hand magic with these because they are extra slippery. And actually, they, I think, are slightly smaller than regular cards. So here's a regular sized poker playing card. Here's this particular plastic one. So it is narrower and is about the same height, but it can't like riffle and bridge as well. I guess it goes super fast. You can't control it as well. Been looking to get some plastic bikes for a particular Lower London effect. Yeah. Yeah, doing sleight of hand magic with plastic cards is hard, and actually choosing them is also hard. If you want to see the ones that I found that I think are acceptable to do, I found these ones. These ones are Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. And the reason why I picked them is because there are some designs on the back where it's not symmetrical in all sorts of ways, up and down and backwards, whereas these ones are. So these ones work. I know that the bicycle clear plastic ones are mostly symmetrical if you turn it forward and backward, but not upside down, because it's a spade design here, and so the spade upside down will look a little bit weird. So I don't know if that is interesting to you as a tidbit of information, but you know, you can use it as you will. I did look at a bunch of plastic, like straight plastic cards. These ones are hard because these are flat plastic, so there's no matte, there's no like user-friendly design or anything. Let's see. I've been here just lurking a bit. Need to cook. Oh yeah, totally understand, Rude Boy. You cook. If anybody doesn't know, I am a fan of experimental cooking. I've made some weird things in my day when I have time. It's been tough to do a bunch of cooking since I had the baby, though. So, but yeah. Lately, I've been making lots of chili because up until like just last month, we were part of a CSA, and we were getting vegetables like every couple weeks, and it was hard to use all the vegetables. So I'm like, I don't have time to do anything else. Let me just chop everything up and put it in the chili. Okay, so we've had chili a lot in the past few months. Hopefully that should start to wind down. Me too. Haha, just crushing pepper. Oh yeah, yeah, crushing that pepper. So the one good thing is that my 16-month-old is starting to eat lots of different things now, and we've discovered that if we just flavor the stuff we want to feed her, she'll eat it. So she likes chili with rice, and I'm like, all right, that's great because I know how many vegetables are in this chili. So you eat this chili, baby. Yeah. So there we go. There's also a card vanish that I don't really do or practice on stream, but it's like here's just one of those cards. Almost looks good. Almost looks good. Here you go. Almost. And then what else do I need to practice? Like I never do. Yeah, chili rice is the best. Yeah, it's awesome. If you make good, like even if it's semi good, you could probably finagle it to be good. Wish someone would baby me. Oh, there's several different ways we could interpret that, Rude Boy. So make sure you phrase it properly for future for anyone in the future. Hello, can you hear me now? I was muted. Yeah. Yes, I must have I guess when I moved over a little bit, I probably just hit because I have this thing on the headset that mutes the microphone. Sorry, my fault. User error, broadcaster error. My apologies. Haha, yeah. I was asking Rude Boy, you said God damn it. Was that God damn it to the parsing of the wish someone would baby me, or the visual thing you just saw? All right, let's see here. Yes, okay. Cool, cool. Um, what else can we do here? Yeah, Tricky is open if anybody wants to request anything. Otherwise, I'm just gonna probably look through some things and just see what these are. What are these? Can I do this right now? Okay, let me try doing this. Chan the Magic Man says, got to go. I'm about to stream later, but hope you have a nice day. Amazing as always. Well, thank you for stopping in, Chan. Thank you for the compliments as well. Greatly appreciate it. Have a good day. Rude Boy says, I meant like look after me like I'm a baby, not the other thing, Mr. Guttermind. Oh, I'm sorry. My mind lives in the gutter. It has just been there. It has never left. So, my apologies. I just make the assumption. Okay. Let's see here. Choice. Okay, I don't remember how to do this whole trick. I remember how to do the beginning of it. So I'm just going to do the beginning. Okay, so important question. I have 4 cards here. It's really 4 cards. If somebody was to make a choice as to one of these cards, which one do you think is the different one? And I'll let you know it's because of the back color. One of these may be different. If anybody has heat map, feel free to click on the screen. And honestly, if anybody's on mobile but wants to interact, and you just let me know, and we'll slow it down for you. We'll let you use chat. You can type in a suit if you would like to. And I've had backup situations. So I know that sometimes if people are not on stream, I've created randomizers. So I have like I have all of the Dungeons and Dragons dice, I think. So if I say D8, we can roll a D8, right? Nope, that's not it. Oh wait, is that the one that I don't have? Hold on, D20. Do we have a D20? Okay, at least we have that. D20. Do I have a D4? Nope. D6? Did I just have the standard dice? Oh, I have D6, okay. Hold on. I gotta QA myself now. D10. Okay, we have a D10 as well. D12? No, D12. Oh, maybe they're time limited. Okay. I'll have to figure that out later. Where was I? Oh yeah. Hold on. We need one of these. All right, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's pretend somebody was here and they could select one of the suits of these 8s. These are crazy 8s because, let's pretend they choose the heart, because statistically the heart happens to be the one that's chosen most often. What if I told you that I knew that was actually going to be the chosen card? Because if I show you, look, this one's red, red, blue, red. If I show you, that was not the heart. Is that the heart? Hold on. I'm gonna reset. La la la. Okay, nobody's watching anyway, so let's reset, and now I can, and then now real people can actually watch, and now it won't. Okay, all right, here we go. Let's pretend that somebody was here, and they are going to choose one of the suits. Doesn't matter what suit they choose, because let's pretend they choose the heart. If they choose the heart, let me show you that I knew that that was going to be selected. See, look, we have red, red, blue, red, and this happens to be the heart. I know, super weird, right? Okay, but let's pretend they happen to choose a different one. Let's pretend they happen to choose the spade instead. Well, if they wanted to choose the spade instead, I could make that happen, because look, if I show you red, red, blue, red, and the spade is the one that has the blue back. I know, super weird, right? But that's okay. What if instead somebody had chosen the 8 of diamonds, the diamonds? What if I show you that now the 8 of diamonds is going to be one that is different colored back? If I show you this is blue, blue, red, blue, and that is indeed the 8 of diamonds. Oh, thanks for the mulligan, Bert. Thank you kindly. I know, super weird, right? But let's pretend that they choose the 8 of clubs. And this is a way to show you that this is how magicians have multiple outs. Because if they chose the 8 of clubs instead, I snap my fingers. Look, it's blue, blue, red, blue. This is the 8 of clubs. Ta-da! All right, and that is the beginning of this trick. I know that there's more to this trick, but I've forgotten what it is, so that's what we've got for now. But thank you kindly. Hey, welcome in, Frolic Chris. How's it going? How are you doing today? Let's see if we can give Frolic Chris a shout out. Frolic Chris plays piano. VGM playing originals from other stream Twitch musicians. And also, Frolic Chris has requested a trick as well. Let me get ready for that. Frolic Chris, I hope you're doing well today. Infozar says, just got an email from a musician wanting a magician opening act this Sunday. Life may have just gotten interesting. Like in real life gig? Frolic Chris says, going great, sir. It is daytime. Are you okay? Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything is okay, Frolic Chris. I did let people know earlier that I am doing this daytime stream for the first time, and I wanted to try and stream once this week during the day, because I took the week off from work. I had Thursday and Friday off, but I also took Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off, so I was like, let me give it a try. Infozar says, yup, in real life. Awesome. Well, good luck with that. Let us know how it goes. /or if you need to brainstorm, we can do it in your Discord. But yeah, good luck, because I know that you only have like 5 days. 5 days. It's between now and 5 days. So good luck. But yes, I am okay, Frolic Chris. I am doing fine. So, and hold on, let me just make sure that message was not an important. Okay, good. We're okay. Just in case it happens to be like my daughter's daycare or my wife or something. Okay, you have just requested Triumph. Now for Triumph, we are going to need a card selected. Frolic Chris, I don't know if you are on desktop, but if you are, you can just click directly on the screen and use the heat map to pick a card. And if not, you can just name a card and that will be your selection. It doesn't matter that I know what it is, but so feel free. But Infozar, that is exciting. So good luck. I don't know what the format of that is. That like you doing like stage magic or like close-up magic, or you're getting the details. So yeah, good luck. Let's see. The quickest I've put together a show was about 1 week's time, and that was a half an hour of solid magic. I think I could probably do it easier now because I'm more practiced having these streams once a week. 9 of clubs. Okay, 9 of clubs is the selection. So 9 of clubs is here. So here's the selection. Okay, excellent. So what we are going to do is now, let's just give this a quick shuffle, just in case you think that there's any sort of shenanigans, but I assure you this trick is actually, can be done with a borrowed deck of cards. We're going to go ahead and insert the 9 into the middle of the deck, like so. And to get it further lost, I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle a little bit more. And what we're going to do is now we're going to do something ugly. If you like neatness and orderliness, we're going to shuffle, this needs to be roughly equal, face up into face down cards. So look, if I slowly interweave those, right, push those together. Okay, we're just going to undo this and start over. I'm going to go ahead and push these together. Okay, it hurts me a little bit, but here we go. So as you can see, we have face up, face down cards all over the place. Just to show you how wacky this is. So we have a back to a front. We have a front to a back. We have a back to a back. And yeah, everything is like all crazy like that. All right. See, Rude Boy says, okay, got the steak dehydrating. Wish me luck. All right. Good luck, Rude Boy. I hope that that steak works out well. Okay. So now that we have our deck, let me just try and use some magic powers. You know, this marker worked out well before. Let's go ahead and just use the Sharpie as the magic wand. And we're going to make an imaginary magical circle here. And I'm going to go ahead and tap the deck. And that magical circle, I think, hopefully would have fixed everything at this point. Because if I show you, all the cards are now facing in the same direction. All the cards except for one card. This one. And if I show you, that is the 9 of clubs, the selection. And that is a triumph. That is a triumph. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. If anybody doesn't know, that was Still Alive by Jonathan Colton, also known as the Portal song. Thank you kindly for the claps and emotes. Rude Boy. I'm making a note here. Huge success. All right. Sweet. Yay, Portal. Thank you for the claps, Panda. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. No, wait, crap. I need to have the song going, or I have to start from the beginning, otherwise I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of a little bit in my mind, because on Gibson Lens's stream last night, somebody was like, hey, do you know the Portal song? All right. I'm in the mood to share a dad joke, so I'm going to go ahead and do a redeem for myself. Let's go ahead and find... Okay, here's one. Which unfortunate disease would have been a great name for a diarrhea medication? Which unfortunate disease would have been a great name for a diarrhea medication? The correct answer is gonorrhea. I know. Let's see. Frolic Chris says, you have cards hidden subdermally in your arm. I actually know it off by heart. I used to sing it on Smules for a lull. So. Busted. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, thanks for the dad joke. OMG, that joke. Yeah, I know, I know. I mean, I don't know if you saw, I did have a physical injury right here. It's because I was stabbed with a needle today. And I guess if Frolic Chris, that is what you were referring to. I am hiding all of my cards subdermally, you know. There we go. That's the refresher, right? That's Rude Boy says, "OMG, that joke, lol." Frolic Chris says, "Classy." That's where he hids them. Somehow there's a card hiding underneath that little band-aid. Obviously, clearly it's cards. It's cards. Oh yeah, I don't know if all of you guys were here last stream when I was showing off, but I was not showing off, but showing off like some cards that I was going through and I found in my office where I keep all my magic stuff. And there are cards that are of varying sizes. And I do have a couple of redeems for some of them, but these ones I don't know if I am going to have redeems for. Because, and this may help lead into the subdermal theory here, but some of them are drastically different in size. So I have this 8-bit box of cards here. And on the back they have these 8-bit designs. And then on the front, they're also kind of designed in an 8-bit kind of way. Like so. Like, look at that king. That king's face. Totally 8-bit, right? But these cards are like super small. Like if I compare it to a regular sized card, here's the 8-bit mini card, and here's the regular sized card. It is super tiny. So I don't know if you think like it's like the width of this band-aid almost, right? Like And then the other thing that may lend some credence to your theory, if at all, if anything, I have this deck called the Air Deck. These are plastic cards, but they are way narrower. They're like regular cards, but on a diet. They're way narrower than other cards. And so if we take a look, like here's what those cards look like. They look nice in a spread, but like these are half the width of one of these. If I line this up, right? So it's like this. So like it's two of these to one normal poker sized one. But also if we take a look, they happen to be band-aid sized width. So once again, if you want to lend any credence to your theory, Frolic Chris, there you go. I think it might be tough to fit a full poker sized card in there, but you know, your call. I won't confirm nor deny subdermal cards, but they shoot out like Spider-Man webs. Yeah. Are they half bridge size? Because that can be fun. I don't know. I don't know if I had no. Infozar. I think I know what you're saying. But no. So if I take these two cards here from the mini deck, and on the poker size, they're two halves of the poker sized card, but in the horizontal direction, or the laying it horizontally. So it's one card like this, and then the other cards are like this. So it's just kind of like 2 dimensions of half cards. Oh, even better. Oh, okay, cool, awesome. So yeah, I got these on, I think, playing card decks, but it's pretty much any of those decks that are like Dash Mini. But let me know if you need more details on it. I can tell you, because I know they have other ones in this size. This routine is writing itself. Glorious. I don't know what routine you're writing, but hopefully it works. I'm rooting for you. Chris M. Yee says, gives card up your sleeve another meaning. Oh yeah. Or if anybody has seen that show on Netflix where they refer to like human bodies as the sleeve. What was that called? I only saw like the first couple of episodes of it. The something. Anybody know what that show is? If anyone has that superpower, it's Crazy Asian. I unfortunately don't have any superpowers. I think maybe the closest thing I have to a real superpower is that I am not really embarrassed by things. But I think that's a trainable thing. You can probably train somebody to do that, not be embarrassed by stuff. And then eventually you start to getting to the point where it's like, man, I don't want to not be embarrassed and just have to hide it all. That's just, you just change your lifestyle to just not be embarrassed. Okay, let's see. How long have I been streaming? Been a bit. I think we had a lot of fun. And I just kind of wanted to see what was going on. This is a good time for me to at least scope out, see who else is streaming, to see who to raid. Because one of the things for doing this was also trying to figure out who to raid. Let's see here. Oh man, we have like 3 people who were in stream that are now streaming. Chan is streaming. Supernatural Writer is streaming. The Feisty one is streaming. Let me see. Oh, wait, there's... When was the last time I streamed this person? Has it been a hot minute? Has it been never? Oh my god. Okay, I've never raided this person, and this person has raided me 3 times. So I think we have to raid this person. So, alright, I'm just going to say last call, if anybody would like to request anything. Last call for trick requests. And then if not, I will pick one to be the finale. It'll probably be a different one from Sunday. Let's see, we've got 3 travelers requested by Chris M. Yee. So let's go ahead and do that. And Chris M. Yee did a 2, right? Yeah, Chris M. Yee signed the 2 of spades. So let's go ahead and use that as well. So Chris, you're one of the travelers in this one. Here we go. Okay, so we have the 3 travelers. We've got the 3 of spades, hasn't been signed. The 2 of spades, which is our very own Chris M. Yee, and then we've got the ace of spades, which is Hi MCJ. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just place some of these cards out here. So, 3 of spades, going there. Then we have the 2 of spades. Chris M. Yee will hold you here. And then I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades on top. Now look, if I grab the ace of spades and place it on the bottom, and I don't know if you knew Chris M.E., but this is an elevator trick. So we're going to go ahead and hit the elevator up button, and that will bring the ace of spades all the way up to the top. This is actually going to be a good time to trigger our new sound alert. But ding! Look at that. Because now, oh here, I'll put this over here. The ace of spades is now on the top. I know. But now, Chris M.E., let's go ahead and place you on the top. And we're going to go ahead and press. Oh, you even pressed the button. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and press the down elevator button. Feel free to click that, somebody. And I'll give everybody free dings today. Thanks for being here. Ding! And believe it or not, that's actually going to send Chris M.E. all the way down to the bottom. Because here he is. And now for this 3, what we want to do is something especially interesting. We're going to go ahead and make these 2 teleporter pads, if you're familiar with Star Trek. We're going to put the 3 of spades here. And we'll press both of these buttons at the same time. And of course, in true future elevator fashion, it'll teleport you over here. I may want to consider making that smaller. Because look, the 3 of spades is here. The Trek nerd says, I've never heard of Star Trek. Welcome in, the Trek nerd. How's it going? I do want to call out that's probably hard to believe, but that doesn't help my typing skills. Oh, I thought that was deliberate. Yeah, I had just done last call, so if anybody would like to request any tricks from the trick list, exclamation point TL, or if you just want to put one randomly into the queue, exclamation point random. Which, you know what, I'll do this, and then I will also put in a finale. But if anybody else wants to request anything in the meantime, you've got until the end of the vampire card trick to request it or get one into the queue. Let's see, vampire card trick. All right. This one I think has been strangely popular with people. I don't know if it's because it has the word vampire in it, or it just so happened that it started growing in popularity since like Halloween. Actually, it hasn't been played much, or hasn't been requested much since Halloween. It is before that, so I don't know. Okay. All right, so we have a pack of 4 cards here. We've got the Ace of Hearts, we've got the 2 of Hearts, and then we've got the 3 of Hearts. And this King of Spades is going to be our vampire. Now, the vampire is going to go out, and we're going to use the Ace, 2, and 3 to represent the victim of that evening. And the vampire is going to do vampire-y stuff. So we still have the 3 here. We have the 2 here. We have the vampire here, but look, the ace has had its blood completely sucked out of it. Yeah, and I chose hearts deliberately for this because you're sucking the blood out of someone who has a heart, right? So look, we have the 2 and the 3, and of course our vampire. We're going to go ahead and have the vampire suck the blood of the second victim for the evening. And if I show you, there's a 3, here's the vampire, and here is the second victim having the blood completely sucked out of them. I know, super weird, right? And here is our final victim. If I go ahead and just lay the vampire on, you'll kind of see the blood just drain completely away. I know, super strange, right? So look, the vampire knows that we live in modern day society. Between the internet, all of the monitoring, people tweeting, Twitch streams, it could get caught somehow, some way, somewhere, and this vampire needs to get out. And we know that the vampire knows what to do because vampire is going to disappear. And that, my friends, is the vampire card trick. I know, super weird, right? Super weird. Thank you for the emotes and claps and yays. Chris M.Ye, the Trek Nerd, and Panda Volta. Thank you kindly. All right. Let's see. I'm going to add one of my other usual favorite closers, Picasso Aces. We're going to mark the vampire card trick as done. I'm going to close the trick queue, and then we'll see if we can raid out after that. All right. With the exception of me messing this up, if I mess it up, then this will be the last trick. If I mess this up, then I obviously want a redo, maybe a different trick. Actually, I forgot to clean this up from last time, so I actually have to make sure things are all correct before I begin, because it will be not good if I don't do that. Oh my god. Oh, this was so in disarray. Okay, I think I've gotten everything. Okay. This trick is called Picasso Aces. I recently put something on my YouTube which commemorated the creator of this trick because passed away at the beginning of November, Max Maven. So if anybody wants to check out my YouTube, I have a lot of videos there, a lot of magic tricks. So feel free to check that out if you would like. But if you were a fan of magic back in the 80s and 90s, Max Maven was much more prolific back then. And even though he still made magic, and afterwards he basically went on to hold like offices in like the Magic Castle and things. So he is a prominent magician in the magic world. But this trick is called Picasso Aces. Alright, first things first. We have a deck, and I'm just spreading because I need you to see that this is a blue back deck. And these aces don't come from this deck. I'm going to tell you that right here because these aces are red backed. So we have Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. So what we're going to do with these four is we're going to place them out. And we're going to try and ace assemble them. For any of you who have missed what an ace assembly is in previous tricks or whatever, we're going to place them out here, and we will have all of the aces assemble to where the ace of spades is, because that's usually considered the leader ace in a lot of these tricks. Now what I want to do is I'm going to place a few cards onto each one of these piles, like so. We'll do that. And then I'm going to square them up. And we are going to first look at this first pile. We have the ace there. If I go ahead and I just close it up and I snap, that's actually going to, believe it or not, transport the ace from here to there. Because look, if I show you now, they're all blue backed cards, and if I show you, there's actually no aces here. And now if we take a look up here, we've got 2 blue cards and 2 red cards, whereas before we only had 1 red card and 3 blue cards. So now it's 2 and 2. I know, super strange, right? Here, look, we'll do it again. I snap, activate the transporter, and believe it or not, that card is now gone because there's no red back cards and there's no aces here. And now if I show you in this pile what was 2 and 2 before, we now have 1 blue card and 3 red cards. I know, right? So weird. Now some people may believe that there's some shenanigans afoot because, you know, sleight of hand magic. Well, I mean, look, you're watching a sleight of hand magic stream. But look, so we have the ace of diamonds here. I can go ahead and place it into the middle, and if I show you, you can still see it's the ace of diamonds. But look, if I close it up and I do a snap, activate transport, and I show you there's actually now 4 blue backed cards. And if I show you the faces, there's actually no aces. I know, right? But now, if I show you this pile, there's actually no blue backed cards at all. They're actually all red backed cards. And as you guessed, they are all indeed the ace of diamonds, spades, clubs, and hearts. And that, my friends, is Picasso Aces. And the last trick for this stream today. All right, thank you. Oh, Chris MU says, we're here for shenanigans. You're welcome. Hopefully there were shenanigans. So thank you for the emotes and the claps. Chris M. Yee, Infozar, for the yay, the Trek Nerd, Panda Volta, Gibson Lens. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to my mod, Gibson Lens. You may see him in chat today, but I know he was working, so I was like, no, go work, man. You don't have to be here. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Plays piano. We have good times when he plays. He's actually starting to add a bunch of different effects that we can request the songs in. One of the most fun ones is scat for 5,000 channel points, and it sounds hilarious. So anyway, let's see. Did I give everybody else a follow? Oh, Panda Volta. How could I? First of all, I'm going to go ahead and give Panda Volta a shout out just because at 1,000 followers, Panda said they'll stream. So give Panda a follow just for that. Yes, you're welcome. Oh yeah, also let's do the BERT command too, because I made that. So it's like let's also use the BERT command. Let's see. All right. Great stream. Yeah, I thought so. I had fun. This is great. So I am going to be having the last 2 weeks of December off. But I don't know if I'll be able to stream the last week. But the second to last week of December, I'm going to try and fit another daytime stream in. So we'll see what day of the week that happens to fall on and whatnot. So that'll be my other plan for another daytime. But anyway, thank you all for being here and making this fun and just for hanging out. And honestly, if you were lurking, I totally appreciate it. And then if you interacted with stream, I loved it. So thank you for requesting, for clicking on the screen, giving me a number, chatting, so for any of that. But anyway, thank you all. And oh, let's have a raid call, and we're going to be raiding Unfocused in IA. Let me just double check and make sure that okay, not going anywhere. Okay, good. There was a network error. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh the stream. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's my plan. So yeah, if you would like to come along for the raid, feel free. You get channel points. I know I only stream once a week, so channel points are premium to come by. So if you come in on this raid, you get some extra channel points. But yeah, so I don't think I'll be streaming again until at least Thanksgiving, and if not, probably more reasonably on Sunday. So if I miss y'all and you celebrate Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. If you would like to be gluttonous, feel free to be gluttonous. If you don't, that's okay. Don't feel the need to fill yourself and feel the pressures of cultural food eating on the food eating day. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving. And everybody enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you later. You have a glorious day. I just forgot. I didn't start the raid yet. Let me start the raid. I have time for a few more words. Words. Hopefully that was enough sass to hold you guys over for another like 12 seconds while this raid gets ready. All right, everybody. Oh, gobble gobble. All right. You have a glorious day. All right. Have a glorious Thanksgiving as well. Thanks. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Panda. Thanks, Gibson Lynn. Thanks, Chris M.G. All right. And a sassy Thanksgiving. All right. See you guys. Bye.